on, tell me walk on. Campus connection, yeah, and that's a one. Yeah, walk on from campus. How we are carrying on from campus. Come on, tell me walk on. Campus connection, yeah, and that's a one. Hey, some people so dead, listen, let me tell you this. Students, I will make we have do this. Oh yes, we create this space just for you. We talk about you, we talk about school, government, and politics, sports, academics. Anything will concern you. And you know when love pass through, it's all about the gospel. So tell me what one bang campus. Youths are going on from campus. Come on, tell me what one. Campus connection, yeah, that's a one. Yeah. Hey, I walk one from campus. And we are carrying on from campus. Come on, tell me what one. Hey, walk one, everybody want more.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome, 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 one and all, to Campus Connection. We are so excited to have you here, a part of the show this evening. I am Jonathan Fletcher, riding solo, unfortunately, as my co host is out this evening. But I'm so very grateful that you guys are here listening on the family station Love 101. And if you're tuned in on the website or on the app, big up yourself just the same. And just remember that we're live on Facebook and on YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. And speaking of live, last week we had an amazing show, a great, 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 great show. It was Youth Issues Live, and we were live on location at Broadcast House with some amazing young people. Want to again big up all the persons who made it possible. Special shout out to Kathy, who was our in studio engineer, Raquel and Daniel for our social media and technical support. We're so very grateful for how you added value to the show. And so, as you know, November is celebrated as Parent and Youth Month. So last week we focused on the youth in our Youth Issues Live, and this week we're focusing on our parents. So it's all about parents appreciation, right? So if you know you have a good parent, an awesome parent, or if you are an amazing parent, drop something in the chat at Love 101 FM Jamaica, or send us a WhatsApp message at 876-997-3125. And just want to share some quotes with you that we really do believe, can add some kind of value as we celebrate Parent Month. So, love and respect are the most important aspects of parenting and of all relationships. And that's, of course, from Jodie Foster. Henry Ward Beecher has this to say: there's no friendship, no love like that of the parent for the child. Do you believe that's true? It's something that we could really, think about from different sides of the coin, um, as we reflect in this parent month. And so we want to take this opportunity again to big up, big up, big up, big up all the parents who watch week after week, who listen week after week. We're so very grateful for your support, and we're so very grateful that you have decided to continue in the molding and nurturing of your children. So big up yourself. I mean, no say you're a real parent, big up yourself. And so we have a very important and very, very, very special show as it's Parent Month, the Parent Appreciation edition of Campus Connection. So first we'll have Education News and Bulletin by Oren Mattis, and then we'll have Honor Roll by Ajani Mitchell from Calabar High School. And then, of course, we have Annie Bennett with I Chose Christ, You Should Too. And then the big segment, the major segment, Parents Appreciation with Mrs. Nadine Campbell Pearson, Miss Deidre Ann Mills, and Mr. Cavan Allen, and of course, Dr. Neva Campbell. And the question we want to ask is: do you know how important our parents are in the life of children and the operation of a school? Right? So we want to ask that very important question. And another question we want to ask, of course, is: what keeps our parents such guardians motivated despite the daily challenges they face? So, parents, you can sound off in the chat. You can go ahead and let us know what are some of the issues that you face on a regular basis concerning being a parent and as relates to sending us the child to school, what kind of issues do you have? We want to know, so let us know and we'll see how best we can ask these questions to our panelists, and let them chime in to see how best we can assist you. So, at this point in time, we're going to go straight into education news and bulletin, and that, of course, will be by Orain Mattis, sixth form student at the St. Catherine High School.
Thank you, Jonathan. Education news and bulletin for Tuesday, November 21st, here inside Campus Connection. 26-year-old Sasha Gay Thompson beamed with pride at being awarded with a Bachelor's of Education degree from the University of Technology, Jamaica, UTEC, after she faced a traumatic event that could have suffocated her dreams. Thompson was injured in primary school back in 2007 by another student who kicked her in the back, while other children who were running accidentally stepped on her as well, damaging her pelvis, causing Sashigay to be reduced to using a wheelchair. However, this disability did not stop her from pursuing her innate desire to achieve and to make her mother proud. Thompson later applied to UTEC in 2018 and pursued a degree financed by the Student Loan Bureau. Some 5 years later, Thompson made history as she was the first in her family to achieve a tertiary education. According to the Education and Youth Minister Favour Williams, various strategies, which include special meetings with grade 11 students, were engaged and attract thousands of students to take special interest in the sixth form pathway program. Williams noted that for the current academic year, a total of 21,701 students are enrolled in the 7-year high school program being offered in 169 high schools and 40 tertiary or post-secondary entry. During her address at last Wednesday's post-cabinet briefing at Jamaica House, Education and Youth Minister Favour Williams expressed that for the 2022 to 2023 academic year, roughly 43% of students completed some 80 hours of work experience. She also noted that new cohorts are to be similarly engaged. This is the third year since the sixth form pathway program was implemented following its 2019 pilot phase and the official launch in September 2020. And now, time for the bulletin. The St. Catherine High School presents their PTA 5K Run Walk fundraiser. This will be held on Sunday, November 26, 2023, starting at St. Catherine High School front gate, beginning at 7:30 a.m. with a pre-warm up that begins at 6:30 a.m. with a contribution of children age ranging from 12 to 18 at a cost of $500 and adults for $1,500. For more information and entry forms, call 876-877-2687 or 876-473-3230. Lots of prizes and surprises. Jamaican breakfast will be on sale. The University of Technology, College of Health Sciences, and Minister of Health and Wellness presents a public health lecture on nutrition and non-communicable disease, NCDs, titled What is in Your Food, with presenter Dr. the Honorable Christopher Tufton, MP, Minister of Health and Wellness, on Thursday, November 23, beginning at 6 p.m. at the Lecture Theatre 50 UTEC Papine campus. ISCF Camp Leadership Conference under the theme Fortified for the Future, Deuteronomy 8, verse 2 to 3. This will be held from December 27th to the 31st at Moorlands Campsite, Manchester, at a cost of $15,000 for grade 7 to 13 students. To register, check out the ISCF website. Finally, on December 19, 2023, Montego Bay High School for Girls Performing Arts Company presents the Christmas Rebellion. More details will be provided on this event in subsequent bulletin. And that's all the news we have for you today inside Education News and Bulletin. I'm Maureen Mattis. Have a good evening.
All right. Thank you, Orin, and all the very best. So that was Education News and Bulletin with Orin Mattis. I trust and hope that you would have made a note on all of those upcoming events. So remember, we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. Send your WhatsApp messages to 876-997-3125. That's 876-997-3125. And you can also jump onto the live stream at Love 101 FM Jamaica. That's on Facebook or on YouTube. Want to big up, there's a WhatsApp message here. Shout out to all the parents of St. Catherine High School. You are awesome. This is from Nadine Campbell Pearson. And you'll be hearing some more from her later on. So jump in the chat. Let us know how was, if you are a child, what is it like having parents? Share some stories with us, the juicy ones. Let us know what that is like. Because I'm sure a lot of us, we have very similar, and I've been realizing it a lot, that we have very similar Jamaican parents. I don't know if anybody else agrees with that, but a lot of our Jamaican parents have very similar traits. The very way in which they scold us, the very way in which they show us love, all of that. There are different sayings that a lot of them will use. So it's quite interesting to really realize, and you just wonder to yourself, were we all raised by the same parents? Like, this is crazy. Why is it that your mother and my mother they're using the same phrases and they're using the same kind of methods as relates to disciplining us and all of that? So sound off in the comments, let us know, or send us a WhatsApp message at 876-997-3125. It's parent appreciation. We're appreciating the valuable service, the valuable contribution that our parents give to the education community. So you want to stick and stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages here inside Campus Connection.
With a Jamaican style, I stand for truth, I go the extra mile. This is where the rhythm has begun, and we love shawty bread by honey bun. Who do you love? Shawty bread by honey bun. Who do you love? Shawty bread by honey bun. Who do you love? Shawty bread by honey bun. Who do you love? Shawty bread by honey bun. The best quality by far, honey bun.
I could be you,
or me,
a member of the family, brother, sister, mother.
a member of your community, pastor, policeman, neighbor.
I could be you, but for me, every door says no entry.
Nobody is their HIV status. Join us.
After all, I could be you. Join us.
Join us. Let's work together to stop HIV discrimination. Be a champion for change. A message from the National Family Planning Board.
Happy follow Grace Sardine, that's a flavor. Grace Sardine with the chef and the beginner. Follow the one with pepper, that's a the winner. Shop and supermarkets, everybody sell it. You all of them nice. Pass the part, make push it.
Grace Sardines follow the better flavor.
Harold, do you have a minute? I need your help with something.
What that now?
I'm filling out this form from the company's office, and there's a section about beneficial ownership, but I don't even know what that means.
Well, a beneficial owner is anybody that owns or controls a company. That could be anyone, a shareholder, director, or manager of the company. The company's office also needs to know the identity of all these people, including their occupation, nationality, date of birth, current address, and a copy of their ID.
Okay, I think I understand now.
One more thing. Remember, company's office needs this information when you're starting a company, filing annual returns, or making changes to the beneficial owners. You're also going to need you to maintain a record of these persons.
For more information, visit orcjamaica.com and bohubjamaica.com.
Okay, where are the campus heights? Students are stop up in a
All right, welcome back to Campus Connection. If you're just joining us, we're celebrating our parents this evening. It's all about the parents. We want to big them up, want them to feel special, want them to know that we love and appreciate them. But before we really get into that aspect of the show, we have a brilliant young man to highlight here inside our feature honor roll. It's none other person than Ajane Mitchell, who is not just your average 17-year-old high school student, but he's also an award-winning chess player, musician, science student, and artist. And of course, he currently attends the Calabar High School. He is such an amazing young man to the point where he has not only helped him, he's not just a student, but he's also a part of the STEM Builders Learning Hub. Ajane is a member of the advisory board. Listen, you don't have a lot of 17-year-olds being a part of advisory board. So that is huge, right? Whereas experience as a science student in the public education system has naturally led him to being the voice for students they serve. Ajane is an aspiring young entrepreneur and future neurosurgeon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ajane Mitchell as he joins us. Ajane.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr.
Yeah,
Jonathan.
man. Greetings. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Awesome. I'm great. So you attend Calabar High School, right? Which is an all
Yes.
boys school. I'm sure that experience must be something different. What's that experience like?
Well, being at an all-boys school is, most of us guys would prefer to be at a co-ed school and things like that. But we don't actually go on to transfer to a co-ed school, so we just stay where we are. We don't actually. It's just an idea at the back of our minds, but it's an okay experience. I love the vibe of my school. I love the this Calabar spirit.
That's great. And you being a student, because I read a number of activities that you are a part of. How do you balance being a student plus being a chess player, musician, science, all of those things? How do you manage to balance all of those activities?
Well, time management is very important in regards to that. You have to schedule exactly. One time I had this time schedule app where I'd put when I would play chess, when I would study, and when I do a whole other host of activities. I'd set when I do math, when I do bio, when I do chemistry, and that's essentially how I manage my time. However, sometimes the days are hectic and it might stray from that specific route that you ordered the day to go into. So you'd have to try and make it as adaptable as possible.
Yes. So you follow a schedule in essence.
Yeah. Follow.
Awesome. And you are a member of the advisory board of STEM Builders Learning Hub. We would have had your mother, Cavell Hilton, on the program several times before. What is it like sitting on an advisory board at just 17?
It's pretty cool. Yeah. I'd get to advise on things that is related to like the children, what the children like, as related to fun learning, and especially the activity box. So I'd be a part of that. Also advise her on her stories that she writes for the children. On Amazon, Lika Einstein, Save the Beach, and and the other story. Yeah, so I'm there in the mixer. It's very fun. It's very interesting. Yeah. It's
awesome. And so you essentially work with your mother, a part of the company and all of that, what would you say is your most favorite trait when you see your mother in action, as an entrepreneur? What would you say is your favorite trait as relates to your mother?
A favorite trait. She's very bold, and when she's there, when she knows how to do her thing. She's ready.
Wow.
She's ready. She's ready for any opportunity.
Wow.
It could be a pitch, it could be any competition. She'll win it. I believe in her.
Oh, you believe? Wow. And so with that kind of trait, has that helped you in your studies? Like, do you find yourself say like, boy, mommy out here doing the thing, right? So I need to do my thing. Do you see any correlation?
Yeah, that confidence, it's passed down. Her confidence, any schoolwork that I have, I believe in myself 100%. There's no doubt anywhere. If I say I can do it, I can do it. I can achieve the highest caliber, utmost to the highest, as my school motto says.
Awesome. And so you want to be a neurosurgeon, right? Still in the field of science. What are your plans? What kind of path are you looking to take in order to achieve this goal?
I want to attend UA. My plans be trying to get a scholarship and so on and so forth, and then do further studying. Maybe I go to Cuba, but that's daunting because you have to learn Spanish. We say like Spanish.
Oh, is it Spanish now?
I did French though.
Yeah, okay.
That's a bit daunting, but you have to get the things done. You have to do what you have to do to get where you want to go.
Awesome. Yeah, man, continue.
Yes, and I may also decide to go to the USA, and like some of my friends are doing, they're deciding to go. Some of them applied to Harvard and all those big schools that I'm like, yeah,
wow.
That's a bit difficult to get into, but I wish them luck. I know I probably will apply as well, because that's if you can get into the.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Definitely. Nothing tried, nothing done. Boy, Ajani, I must say that you are a very inspirational young man, especially in a generation where a lot of young men are straying away from the principles of education and all of that. So I really want to encourage you to push through and to continue on the path that you are on. And I'm sure that your mother will do everything, and all the other family members will do everything in their part to ensure that you stay on the path. So do you have anybody that you want to big up?
Yeah, big up my mother, of course.
And, of course.
Big up my father. Yeah, big up my father. And
yeah.
Yeah, that's basically.
All right. Ajani Mitchell, ladies and gentlemen, he is a 17-year-old student at the Calabar High School doing amazing things. Of course, he's a part of the STEM Builders Learning Hub as an advisory board member, and we want to wish him all the very best for the future. Ajani, big up yourself and continue doing what you're doing.
All right. Yes, sir.
All right. Cool. Take care.
Yes.
Wow. Always such an inspiration to be able to speak with young men, especially who are doing the thing. They are, trying their very best to be the best that they can be. It's always a pleasure to be able to interact with young men like that. Boy, amazing. I see we have some WhatsApp messages coming in. Good evening. I believe I have been blessed as a parent, not only to my children, but to all the children I encounter. That is powerful. At school, church, and wherever I find myself, I believe God has gifted me to help children make sense of some of the chaos in their lives. That is absolutely powerful. And I love the part where this person is saying not only her children, but even the children that she encounters. So important for us to really understand the power of the village, the village, the village, the village, right? All of us, we have a mandate, if you will, to ensure that all persons, all children are accounted for. All right, moving right along in this evening's program, we have Anique Bennett from the UA Mona. She's a final year student with I Chose Christ. You should too. Listen and be blessed.
Hi, my name is Anique Bennett, and I am a final year integrated marketing communication student at UA. And this is my testimony. A few months ago, I met in a terrible accident while I was in the US. And following being rushed to the hospital and doing multiple tests, the doctors were under suspicion that I was having internal bleeding in my brain. So now I was extremely scared, to be honest. And based on the discussions that I would have overheard from the doctors, it seemed that they were picking up a dark matter in my brain. It was determined later that I had a complex left M1 bifurcation aneurysm, but in simple terms, that is a complex brain aneurysm. And I remember the doctors and the nurses just running around, and they're in and out of the room and drawing my blood and just attaching multiple strings to my arms and my legs and trying as best as possible to help me. In those moments, all I could do was cry and I was trembling. But in that stillness, I remember hearing my friend playing the keyboard chords of It Is Well. Now, It Is Well is a really old hymn, but it is something that resonates with me, and that would have been something that kept me and as a reminder that it is well, and no matter what is happening in that moment, it is well. After, I would have left the hospital and I would have gone in a dark state in which anger, pain, and hurt started to crowd my Christian journey and just my journey in life itself. I started to isolate myself, and the negative thoughts and words became my daily bread. While talking to someone, they reminded me of Proverbs 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Following that conversation, I was convicted, and I tried to intentionally start to choose Christ and his words. First, I started with Philippians 4, verse 8, a reminder that whatsoever is true, honest, just, pure, lovely, of good report, be of any virtue or praise, these are the things that I should think about. Then I began journaling, started to write again, and declaring the words, I am the head and not the tail. I am chosen by God. I am an overcomer. I am healed by his stripes. I am the light of the world. While this journey of sickness or in sickness is not over, I have decided to draw closer to God, not only for healing and miracle, but because his grace and mercy has kept me through this entire process. This is how I chose Christ, and you should too.
Powerful perspective in testimony from Anique. Wow. Awesome, awesome, awesome testimony. And I'm sure that you have been blessed by that, because I was also blessed. So big up Anique wherever she is, and we pray that she will experience complete healing. All right, we have to take another break, but after the break, we have our main discussion. It's all about parents' appreciation here inside Campus Connection on the Family Station, Love 101. Stick and stay with us.
Come on, tell me back one. Campus Connection, yeah, that's a one. Yeah.
Importers, are you tired of the hassle? Are you tired of the wait? Value your time because we value yours. Request contactless clearance through your agent to clear your personal, non-commercial shipments at the ports. It is more efficient. It is secure. For more details, email Jamaica Customs at contactlessclearance@jca.gov.jm. Contactless clearance, powered by the Jamaica Customs Agency. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
I could be you,
Or me,
a member of the family, brother, sister, mother.
a member of your community, pastor, policeman, neighbor.
I could be you, but for me, every door says no entry.
Nobody is their HIV status. Choma, join us.
After all, I could be you. Join us.
Join us. Let's work together to stop HIV discrimination. Be a champion for change. A message from the National Family Planning Board.
As it follow Grace Sardine, follow the better flavor. Grace Sardine with the chef and the beginner. Follow the one with pepper, that are the winner. Shop on supermarkets, everybody sell it. Do all of them nice. Pass the park, make push it.
Grace Sardines, follow the better flavor.
Harold, do you have a minute? I need your help with something.
What that no?
I'm filling out this form from the company's office and there's a section about beneficial ownership, but I don't even know what that means.
Well, a beneficial owner is anybody that owns or controls a company. That could be anyone, a shareholder, director, or manager of the company. The company's office also needs to know the identity of all these people, including their occupation, nationality, date of birth, current address, and a copy of their ID.
Okay, I think I understand now.
One more thing. Remember, company's office needs this information when you're starting a company, filing annual returns, or making changes to the beneficial owners. They're also going to need you to maintain a record of these persons.
For more information, visit orcjamaica.com and bohubjamaica.com.
Okay, where are the campus nights? Students are stuck up in the price.
Right, welcome back to Campus Connection. If you're just joining us, it's all about the parents as we celebrate Parent Month, the month of November. We want to big up all of our parents and let them know that we really and truly appreciate them. Right? So very important. And so now we're going to have an interesting discussion. We want to really discuss along the lines of answering some of the questions that we mentioned earlier. One of the questions being, do you know how important our parents are in the life of children and the operation of a school? Another question is, what keeps our parents / guardians motivated despite the daily challenges they face? So these are just some of the questions that we want to answer. And helping us to answer these questions would be Mrs. Nadine Campbell Pearson. She's a business owner of LMNOP Occasions and Events and L Lace Designs. She is a licensed minister with World Destiny International Ministries, Atlanta, Georgia, and Kingdom 180 International, Jamaica. Customer service representative with 25 years experience, marketing assistant, and office administrator. She's an enthusiastic, responsible, confident, and dedicated leader. The proud mother of 2 boys, PTA secretary of the prestigious St. Catherine High School. And of course, we have Miss Deidre Ann Mills, who is an applied behavior therapist and a change specialist. She is a lecturer, justice of the peace, a trained consultant, a public speaker, a researcher, and mentor. She's a single mother of 1 son, and she recently launched her own practice, big things in her people, Healing Joy Behavioral Services in ABA on October 8th of this year. We also have Pastor Kavan Allen, who is a pastor at the Fellowship Tabernacle, an author and entrepreneur. He has spent over 2 decades, even though he doesn't look a day over 20, in ministry. And he's also married to Keisha Allen, and the union has born 4 exceptional children. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Neva Campbell, who is a cherished Jamaican minister of religion and justice of the peace, who is driven by the philosophy everyone can fulfill their God-given destiny. She, of course, shares a special relationship with her twin sister, Nadine, and brother, Neville. And of course, she is on the purpose-driven journey. Apostle Campbell achieved many milestones, some of which are a Doctor of Divinity degree from CICA University, Canada, a doctoral honor in sacred music from EMET Seminary and College, Georgia, a Bachelor of Arts degree in theology and guidance and counseling from the Jamaica Theological Seminary. And she, of course, is the founder of Kingdom 180 International. We have an amazing panel. I'm even tired just from reading the profiles. So you know that we come with the heavy hitters this evening here inside Campus Connection. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. You know, Jonathan, the most important thing is
Good
that
evening.
I don't look a day over 20. So
You know the thing already. All right. So we want to get into the meat of the matter because it's Parents Appreciation and we're celebrating our parents this month for the month of November and specifically this show. Right? So the first question I want to ask, how important are parents in the life of children and the operation of a school? So I want each panelist to give their answer. We can start with you, Dr. Campbell.
Man, you put me last on the profiles and first on the questions. Why is that?
Yeah. The last shall be the
Can
first.
you hear me? All right,
Yeah,
so
man,
let
you
me see if I can answer the question. One of the things that you don't know about me is I was a primary school teacher for 15 years. And in the classroom, it's not very easy. And I must say that are cooperating with school, parents that are communicating with school, then we will not have good children, number one, and we will not have the kind of community that we expect to have. So it's very important that we understand the role of the parent, especially in the child's life and in the school's life. No parent, no children, no children, no school. So they are very, very important to the whole working of what our education system is all about.
Interesting perspective there from Dr. Campbell. Miss Mills, what are your thoughts?
Good afternoon again. You know, as a behavior specialist, I'm going to start with behavior. Of course, education starts at home. The home is the first unit of socialization. And where behavior is concerned, if the parents are not involved in the behavior at school, I mean, it's going to fall apart. So parents must be upfront. They must attend school, you know, on a regular basis to find out what is happening with their child.
Yes.
And when parents are involved, there's better attendance, better grades, better behavior. The social skills of the students are better. You know, when you know that mommy and daddy can show up at any time, of course, you're going to put your P's on your Q's because you don't want to get a bad report. And so it's important for the parents to be involved so they to adapt, you know, for a better school environment for the students. So it's crucial. I think it's crucial.
Powerful. Thank you so much, Miss Mills. Mrs. Pearson, you are a part of the PTA, you know, so you are directly involved in the parent body when it comes on to the educational institution. What are your thoughts? How important are parents in the operation of a school?
Well, let me say good evening to everyone, and I must say we're all family here. I know Pastor Allen, I know Dr. Campbell, I know Minister Mills. One family, we should have some food, man. It's
Yeah. You know, Wait.
Well,
Oh God. Okay.
Jamaica, I must say that it's really an honor to be on this program now talking about parents. I have been the PTA secretary in not consecutive, but two different terms. My children went to St. Catherine High School. One is still there now. Parenting for me in an institution, and I must say and declare it, is the largest on one shift in the Caribbean. We have the largest contingent of students on one shift in the entire Caribbean for a secondary school. And so I am really, really thankful for that. The parent cohorts make the largest contingent of the governing body of the school, the largest. I don't know about anywhere else, but it's the largest. And so when the parents come out and support and give their two hoots, come and check up on the children and so on, it makes the administrative process easier, better to handle. Because the children, they tend to, when you go school, it is different from when them at home, you know. And so when the parents get involved, they know that mommy's going to check up. So my grades have to be up a certain way. I have to behave a certain way. And the administrators of the school, the teachers, the principals, they have less to do. So it's really important for them to be involved in the life of the children. Not only when graduation, not only when prize giving, but every step of the way. Uniform, hairstyle, everything. And ensure that they're following what they're to be following.
Wow, thank you so much. Kavan, oh, by the way, please forgive me if I address him as Kavan. We go way back. So, Pastor Allen,
No problem.
what are your thoughts concerning that?
So, I think it's an important discussion to have. So, quickly, God gave our children to parents first and foremost because we are the most critical relationship they'll ever have. It's amazing to see how much of myself and my wife is in our children. And so even before they are exposed to other relationships, this is really the one that forms them and informs them. Like, I look at the places they're exposed to, the people they are exposed to, what they get around, the things that they know. It's really because of who we are. And so parents really are critical to the shaping of the lives of children, and you can't get around it. Just from a spiritual level as well, just covering your children, ensuring that they know the word. That's all of that. They have no say in that, really. It's the parents that introduce them to all of these things or ensure that it's being introduced.
Yes.
On the point of the school, I'll say this not just for school, but every institution that deals with children, that you don't only serve the children, you serve the parents. And I think that's one of the missing key and ingredients to institution that deal with children. So as somebody who would have run a youth ministry at different levels, I realized that when you are leading a youth group, you are servicing the church, well, the youth first, yes, but the church and also the parent. And if you do what is necessary to engage everyone, so for schools need to engage parents as much as parents need to ensure that they are engaged in schooling of the children. It makes better for the children when parents are aware of what is happening and mirror and repeat what is being said, reinforce, ensure homework is done, ensure that the child behavior is where it should be, where school is. The child will win. The institution have a better experience when they can depend on the parents to be a part, not only in the student's life, but funding and all the things that are necessary for school and other institutions. So we need to realize that in the growth of a child, parents are it. And so we have to engage parents at every level.
Integral. Wow, very interesting perspectives coming out of the conversation. And we're just getting started, but we have to take a quick break. So stick and stay with us after these messages.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust. committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Black Friday Mega Madness, Black Friday Mega Madness, Black Friday Mega Madness.
We have never had a sale this big. Get ready, Jamaica. This one is massive. November 27 to 29. It's the Black Friday Mega Madness weekend at Woman Things. Every single item in store is 30 to 70% off this Friday only. And catch the Saturday and Sunday specials too. Black Friday Mega Madness weekend is on at Woman Things, Wallop Road and Constant Spring Road. It's a Mega Madness weekend.
Ooh la la. I see what I want at Phosphorus Christmas in November sale. November 20 to 30. Kingston, Mandeville, and Montego Bay. Come get your wires, breakers, chandeliers, flood lamps, LED bulbs, standing fans, and so much more. Shop Kingston, Mandeville, and Montego Bay. You can't afford to miss it. Come shop. Come save at Phosphorus Christmas in November sale. November 20 to 30. See you there at Phosphorus.
Affirm Ambulance Services, Jamaica's premier provider of emergency medical transportation. We do medical standby for both private and corporate events, non-medical emergency services, emergency transportation to and from medical facilities, hospitals, and homes, wheelchair provision, nursing homes, and first aid, plus so much more. We are located at 17 Cleardale Avenue, Kingston 10, and we can be contacted at telephone numbers 876-281-1262 or 876-299-2053. Follow us on Instagram at affirm_ambulance. Affirm Ambulance Services, a firm choice in health transportation.
Follow Grace Sardine, follow the better flavor. Grace Sardine with the chef and the beginner. Follow the one with pepper, that are the winner. Shop on supermarkets, everybody sell it. Do all of them nice. Pass the back, me push it.
Grace Sardines, follow the better flavor.
Grace Sardine with the chef and the beginner. Follow the one with pepper, that are the winner. Shop on supermarkets, everybody
Grace
sell
Sardines, follow the better flavor.
The time is
6:18. And welcome back to Campus Connection here on the family station Love 101. If you're just joining us, we are bigging up the parents. It's all about parent appreciation as we celebrate Parent Month. So before the break, we were talking with our panelists, and they basically gave us a rundown of what they believe would be the importance of parents in the lives of children and the operation of a school. All right, now we want to look on the other side, right? And Kavan, I'll start with you as a father of 4. What keeps you motivated? 4 children, that's not an easy thing. So what keeps you motivated on a daily basis?
True story, my wife. But I think parenting is best done with you have mother and father both active and engaged in the process. It's helpful. It motivates you. It keeps you from slacking off. Secondly, I enjoy it. I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but I look forward to that God has entrusted me with lives. That's it's such a daunting but yet enjoyable feat. And the role of a father is so important in the lives of 3 girls.
Yes.
My son is 10 months, so I've been a girl dad for most of my life, most of my parenting life so far, and I just realized just the importance of a father in the life, and that too, learning that, seeing the impact of my words, the impact of my presence, the impact of just all that God has ordained me to do as a father also is a great motivation. But as I said, self-motivation is necessary sometimes because they have the tough times. But being around other parents as well, is another motivator. But yeah, I guess between my wife and knowing that God has really equipped me and trusts me to take care of the children are number one.
Awesome. Miss Mills, as a behavior and change specialist, right? Because we have Pastor Allen here, who is the father of 3 girls and a boy, right?
Yes.
The father. I want to ask you a question. Well, it's a 2-part question. One, can a mother father a child? That's the first question. And the second part is, how important is the role of the father in the life of the child?
So to be honest, I mean, both parents play different roles. I mean, you have the mother's role and the father's role. A father cannot mother children, while a mother cannot father children. They play separate roles. However, the father is very important in the life of children. We know that when daddy's around, there's a sense of authority where the behavior is concerned. I'm not saying that mommies are not strict and all that, but when daddy commands, when a man is in the house, the man commands there's this awe about him. You know, there's this respect, you know, that daddy's here, and of course, we're going to brush up, we're going to stop what we are doing. Sometimes mothers even say, wait till your father come home, you know, because they know that when daddy come home, you know, that children, they you know, come in order. And so it is important for both parents to be in the home. And I'm telling you that when daddy is there, it's even more important and effective. They play a very crucial role in the life of children. Yes.
Okay. I want to ask a question. I see like Dr. Campbell rock back and smile to herself. What would you like to add to that question?
About fathering, if mothers can father, and if fathers can mother. No, they can't, because as you heard, each have a specific role. But one of the things that keeps parents going, I think, you said something in the very beginning that you think all parents in Jamaica are similar. And one of the a similar quotation or proverb or saying from a parent is that the children are their pension. So I think some parents keep going with their kids because they want them to be able to care for them. That's one thought that I've heard somewhere. And also, I think that the parents are there to make sure that they don't fail. No parent wants to know they failed their children. And I think they keep going to make better what they never had for themselves as parents. They want to pour into their children to become. So they never get the school bag they wanted or the this they wanted. You'll hear that. I don't want my child to be like me. I want them to get what I never had. And so I think what keeps parents going, they persist because they want to see the best representation of what they never had. And I salute the parents who keep going. With the little they have, they keep going. My mama was like that, and so I give God thanks for her. She keeps going to make us pass. Here's a Jamaican term, pass the worst. So they go, and especially if they're Christian, going because God has given them these gifts, entrusted them with a gift called children or child, and they have to just make sure they take care of them.
Big points being made here inside our discussion on Campus Connection. Kavanaugh, soon come to you. I just want to bring in Mrs. Pearson, being a part of the PTA. What are some of the challenges do you find taking place as relates to having parents being a part and participating in the PTA?
All right. So one of the things I find is that parents just don't come out to PTA meetings. That's one of the first one is good, but you don't see them again till graduation, or you hear they have to come because something went wrong, or that's one of the hardest parts. But when you do get them into a meeting, oh my goodness, they are ready to get involved. You heard earlier that we're having something coming up for her road race, because it's really the parents that's putting that on, and they're ready. They're just ready, you know. But the challenge though is when they have to come out to a meeting or even to hear when their child is not doing well. To be honest with you, but I agree so far with what Pastor Kevon Allen had said. I don't know how people will view it. My son, he's 14 at the school, and he said to me that I'm not afraid of me, I'm afraid of daddy. He used to get up at a certain time in the morning and him say, Mommy, I know you me afraid of daddy.
Yeah.
I am just appalled. The roles are different. And believe me, every PTA meeting when I see daddies come out, oh God, they get the best honor from me. Me big them up, me give them the room, them do anything they want to do. They can get away with it because fathers most times are not at a PTA meeting. So when I see them, I big them up all the time. But that's a challenge, just getting them to come to a PTA meeting and to hear what's going on.
Yes, Kevon, you had a point.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. You know, I just wanted to say to the mothers out there who may be single mothers that you don't have to feel bad to try to be a father. Your role as a mother is so sacred, so important and necessary. And what my mom did, I think, Pastor Doreen Allen, where we are commenders, that when my father died, it was 3 of us, she would seek out for each of us different men that she trusts to help us along the way. And so,
powerful.
That big from I was in high school, that died at 12, and I've had different people that she spoke to and asked personally, can you help my son? Can godfather to my sister? Can you be there for your goddaughter in this time? And each of us have had meaningful male figures in our lives helping us with that road. I always say this, Jonathan, a good woman can make a good boy, but only a man can make a good man. And so I've learned that through my experience. And so mothers beat themselves up. The best thing you can do is be you. That's what you're called to be. And then ask God, help to point out good men that can come alongside you in any way to encourage your child.
Big point. Dr. Campbell, your final point, what's in one sentence, a word of encouragement to parents listening?
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Can I leave it right there? And if you don't even know God, you can still trust Him to provide, to give you the peace you need, the comfort you need, the strength you need when you need it. And if you don't have God for yourself, carry them, go to church. Ask the pastor for some help or somebody you trust who have that spiritual guidance, because He made these children. He gave them to you. So He knows exactly how to deal with this one and that one. And what He can do, you can't. And sometimes you really need that extra strength. So one sentence, trust God to help you with the job of parenting.
Yes. Mrs. Pearson, your final point in one sentence.
Children learn what they live, so do the right thing, parents.
Powerful. Miss Mills?
Okay, my point to parents is that me time, because a lot of time parents get burned out and the stress they take out on the children. So me time, and don't be afraid to ask for help. If you see you can't manage, don't be afraid to ask for help. There's help.
Yes.
Ask for help. Yes.
All right. Tell you, big panel, man. Big panel with heavy hitters. Boy, thank you so much for making the Campus Connection. We really do appreciate each and every one of you, and all the very best for the future.
Thank you so much, Sir Jonathan. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
Hi, bye,
all right, so,
bye. Bless you guys.
All right, so next week, Tuesday, we have youth and relationships. So that's a big show, you want to be a part of that. Big up to the Campus Connection team. We really do appreciate what you do in the background every single week. To my co-host, big up yourself, and I hope you'll join me next week. That's it for this show. See you next week as we explore more things while going on campus. I am Jonathan Fletcher. Take care.